Nintendo Direct. Oh boy. Says that it's a 40-minute live stream mostly focused on Nintendo Switch games launching this winter, which immediately made me think, oh, well, that means that we're not going to get stuff like Breath of the Wild 2. But then I remembered that February, or January, February, and a little bit of March in 2023 still counts as this winter. So it very well could be that we get some Breath of the Wild 2 info, maybe even a release date. Um, and it says mostly focused as well. So I guess even if it does get like a release date like August 25th, 2024, that still would technically not be a lie. But as for other games I want, I've still been campaigning endlessly for a new Donkey Kong game. Now that I got my Kirby game on Switch, I have that, so I don't have to campaign for more Kirby. We got so many Kirby games on Switch, but we haven't gotten a Donkey Kong game in almost 10 years. Actually, it might even... No, I'm pretty sure Tropical Freeze is 2013. So I'm looking for a Donkey Kong game. Definitely really, really want a Donkey Kong Country game. Um, or a new 3D Donkey Kong. That would be pretty interesting because they did it with Kirby. Why not make another Donkey Kong 64? And then we get some, hopefully some more weird Donkey Kong characters like Tiny Kong and Chunky Kong and Lanky Kong. Uh, but outside of that, one of my dream games currently is a new Punch Out game, but with an all-female cast. Because in the development of Punch Out Wii, originally Princess Peach was going to be the main the hidden fighter, but they decided, you know what, we don't want to beat the crap out of Princess Peach. Also, you can't. That's not how boxing works. You can't have Little Mac beating up a woman. So they decided to go with Donkey Kong instead because like it's a bit more funny to just beat up a gorilla, and also it makes more sense for a literal gorilla to be the big hidden boss. But if they did an all-female Punch Out, then they could finally have Princess Peach as the hidden fighter. And then outside of that, a new Ace Attorney would be nice, because apparently the Great Ace Attorney has already sold like 1 million copies. So hopefully Capcom will listen and give us a new Ace Attorney. I'd like if Athena got her own game finally, because I've finally beaten Spirit of Justice, and I feel like she was much better in that game, and she had such an interesting motivation that she could have gone with, but they continue to, like, in the main series, they continue to try to split the focus between Phoenix, Apollo, and Athena, and it's not working. None of them get their proper arc. Phoenix's arc in Spirit of Justice was just completely abandoned. Athena didn't get anything to do in Spirit of Justice. It, like, pretty much just exclusively focused on Apollo. And like, I like some of the stuff they did with Apollo, but other stuff like the Clay Terran stuff, I really don't like that stuff. It was really not interesting. So give me a new Ace Attorney game, please. Man, COVID-19, 2019. It's been that long lasting of a delay on the games industry. That is loud. Oh dear. I didn't mean to pause. I did not mean to pause. Oh well. There we go. Oh, it's JRPG stuff. I need to do like one of those Nintendo Direct bingo things, because now we have the JRPG thing that I don't care. Oh yeah, it's Fire Emblem Heroes, I think it's called. Fire Emblem Heroes 3 Fates, I think. I like the snake. I like this art style. If this is how the whole game looks, that'd be nice. Oh no, he's turned into a sexy anime boy. Or is this just a whole new Fire Emblem? I can't tell. I don't know what's happening. I don't know these people. I know him. He's in Smash Brothers. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's a new Fire Emblem game, like, entirely. Okay. Did they say Defiant Dragons? I'm pretty sure they said Divine, but I'm gonna pretend that they said Defiant Dragons so I can pretend to care about it. Marth. I'm not entirely sure why Marth is here. Because, like, were they just scared that people wouldn't know? Like, oh, what's going on? What is this game? Oh, okay, I see Marth there. He's from Smash Brothers. I know that guy. Why do they keep calling it Elios? It's Elias, apparently, according to the subtitles, unless the subtitles are just wrong. That's really soon. I wish games that I liked got as much support as games that I don't care about. Hi, Mr. Yoshiaki Koizumi. I noticed.
In addition to the standard version, we'll also be releasing the Fire Emblem Engage Divine Edition containing collectible items.
Okay.
Look forward to more information about this game in the future.
I will, Yoshiaki. I will.
First batch of headlines.
What do you got for me, Yoshiaki? Oh, hey, it's It Takes Two. There it is. That's the game that won the game of the year. Wow. Cody and May's relationship is on the rocks. Moki.
Team up and cooperate with a friend in this critically acclaimed two-player platforming adventure. Even the bumpiest road can be traveled with someone by your side. Venture through fantastical worlds filled with challenging experiences around every corner.
Wow.
Single system play. The game can also be played on two systems via local wireless or online with a pal.
There's a thing you can do. You can play video games.
Help Cody and May return to normal.
Okay.
Partner, of course. It Takes Two launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 4th.
The only thing I remember from this game is violently and terribly tearing apart a stuffed animal as it begged you to stop. Hey, isn't this Fatal Frame, I think? I'm pretty sure this is like an older-ish, not old, but like GameCube era horror game series. I can't tell. I don't remember if it's had a... Yeah, Fatal Frame. I don't know when the last... I don't know when the last time this game got an entry is, so... Hey, if this is a new entry in a long-lost series, that's good.
Use the camera obscura to repel evil spirits and uncover the memories that were sealed away. A dark curse looms near.
This is not the music I was expecting.
Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse launches for the first time in the West on Nintendo.
Calling now the twist is that the protagonist was dead the whole time.
There's a new hero who looks mechanical.
It's Fire Emblem
Wave 2 of the
2.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game.
Did you say Xenoblade and then Xenoblade?
A new hero. She appears to be mechanical. Complete her quest to have her join your party.
The more I see of Xenoblade, the less I want to play it. Like, not even like talking about like, oh, I'm so tired of hearing them talk about it. Like, no, like, whenever I see cutscenes or gameplay, it's like, wow, that UI looks absurdly complex, and wow, I don't like how any of these lines are delivered. I don't like any of it.
Even stronger enemies to earn valuable accessories and special outfits. More hero and gameplay additions additions will arrive in Wave 3. Wave 2 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass launches on Nintendo Switch October 13th.
That's a while in advance to mention this.
Get drawn into these Nintendo Switch games. Nautical nonsense
Oh,
when SpongeBob and Patrick
I thought they were gonna talk about Kirby Canvas Rainbow Curse. That's the one with the pencil.
you'll travel
Scribble knots. That's what it's gonna be.
like prehistoric kelp forest and Wild West jellyfish fields. Explore using
It's Breath of the Wild. Look at it. Do the Breath of the Wild shot. They're doing the Breath of the.
and meet your favorite Bikini Bottom residents from the TV series, voiced by their original actors.
Oh wow.
Soak up SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, launching on Nintendo Switch next year.
Nice.
You're all ready. Fit? Box with familiar characters from Fist of the North Star.
I.
Your instructors,
What-
exercise mode,
I-
putting you through various boxing drills.
I'm.
As many enemies as you can with just your fists.
I.
Mode, or take on rivals in boss
What?
battles, including Jack
What does that mean?
Fist of the North Star.
Who?
Nintendo Switch, March 20th.
I don't get it.
Ain't your uncle's dodgeball. Throw whatever you can at opponents in this hilariously
Hey, look, it's the indie game art style. It's the cell shaded, no outlines indie game art style. And like, there's like the kind of not like the circles that are like angular on the sides. Like they're not fully rounded off. Like that's the indie game thing.
and online play. They won't even know what hit 'em. Oddballers launches on Nintendo Switch early next year.
Oh yeah, look, it's the indie game art style. It's like where there's no outlines and like there's like circles, but like they're rounded off from the edges with like angles, and like that's the indie game art style.
Is the manual. Traverse the island's interconnected realms to retrieve its
Oops. I've heard that this is like Zelda, but I don't, yeah.
on every corner. What long-lost secrets will the island
Like, there's nothing wrong with this art style, but like, I'm kind of tired of all indie games just having like this soft, lo-fi aesthetic to them all the time.
New intel has arrived for these front mission remakes.
I've never heard of Front Mission.
Front mission games are storming in. In Front Mission 1 remake, you'll pilot giant machines called Bonzers in tactical turn-based combat. As you progress, you'll obtain
Big
skills
robot.
that help you gain the upper hand against opponents. You can also test your mettle at the
Roid.
continue the battle in the sequel, previously unreleased outside of Japan. Take
Yeah.
advantage of additional features, more terrain effects, weapon and armor attributes, and over 80 new skills.
Cute bird.
Front Mission 1 Remake launches on Nintendo Switch this November. Front Mission 2 Remake will launch on Nintendo Switch next year. And
Okay.
a remake of Front Mission 3 will also launch on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
It's a wonderful life for a new generation.
That's, it's Sonic.
After
Harvest Moon?
years, a beloved farming
Oh.
experience is reborn.
I'm pretty sure that Story of Seasons is like the team from Harvest Moon, but like they lost the rights to say Harvest Moon, and so they're just like, Story of Seasons.
Expand your farm as you nurture crops, care for your friendly animals, and help the land flourish.
Wow.
Townsfolk while you're out and about in the valley.
You know what? I'll say it. I prefer games that have like graphics that look like they could be ports from a 3DS over games that look like other games. Just because, like, yeah, I'll remember this art style more than I'll ever remember
Over the years,
like anything else.
your child will also choose their career based on how you raise them.
Is it? Wait, isn't this the? I'm pretty sure that was the "Giving Things to Your Girl Every Day" song in the background.
Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life launches on Nintendo Switch, summer 2023.
Donkey Kong? Oh, it's Sploon. Who could have guessed? They're gonna announce stuff about the game that is selling incredibly well. I could have never foreseen this event happening. How could you, Nintendo? Why does she have like blue Cheeto dust all over her fingers? Hey Splat, hey big boy.
Launch Splatfest for Splatoon 3 has been confirmed.
Wow.
Here's the theme. What would you bring to a deserted island? Gear, grub, or fun?
Not deserted island. I'd bring a not deserted island. I don't know in Splatoon 3, but from what I've heard, whoever starts winning in like the first half of the Splatfest just immediately gets annihilated because they get placed in the middle of the map and then everyone targets them. So like instantly the most popular one gets outweighed by the other two just because of how there's just more of them, even though it doesn't work from what I hear. Because like Scissors was winning a whole bunch and then it lost everything.
What did you think? What would you bring to a deserted island?
A boat.
As for me, I've already decided. I hope you'll all participate as well.
Oh, you coward. Why didn't you say?
Please take a look at this.
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong. This is another art style I'm tired of. They're like, oh, what if we did pixel art, but we put it like on 3D, and like there was just like this heavy shadow over everything, and like everything's got like a black outline out of it or around it. Too much thick black outlines and shadows and lights, and there's the Gaussian blur. I think that's what it's called. I don't know.
I'm hitting the road. I'll be back once I eliminate that devil called poverty from the world.
The man who took everything from me shall die by my hand.
Not again. Not this stench. The stench of blood.
Doubt is what I do.
You're not a very good priest then if you're good at doubting.
I need to rediscover who I am.
Explore a wide world set in a bustling era.
With trains.
Each traveler's path action differs between day
Traveler, they said Traveler and Path. They said Traveler and Path. That's the name of the game without the Octo. Octopath Traveler 2 Octo Expansion. Path Traveler 2 Octo Expansion.
await them in this new world.
Think I found the
The
source.
8 travelers each have their own story to tell. Where will their journey
And then it's like Sonic Adventure, where like if you beat all the adventures, then they come together and they all fight Metal Sonic. I think that was Sonic Heroes. Anyway,
Traveler 2 launches on Nintendo Switch February 24th.
I've never beaten a Sonic game. That's not true. I beat Sonic Mania.
What you just saw was Octopath Traveler 2 from Square Enix. Please look forward to the journeys of the 8 new heroes. Let's see some more headlines.
Donkey Kong.
A magical
Donkey
world
Kong.
is waiting for you.
Donkey Kong.
Your new fairy tale life in Fae Farm.
Okay, but actually though, like I understand, like it's sad how just like
In this farm simulator,
like most of these games are not stuff that I'm interested in, but like I understand why Nintendo doesn't make a million F-Zero games or Donkey Kongs or freaking Phantom Thief. I don't know. That's Sega. Whatever. I understand why like not all of the games I'm interested in get shown off. Like pretty much the only thing I'll ever get is like Zelda, and Kirby, and Pokemon. Like those are the 3 things that I can be sure that I'll get something of every now and then. But like stuff that other stuff that I'm interested in, like Ace Attorney, Punch Out, Donkey Kong, other miscellaneous games like that, like even Tomodachi Life. Like Nintendo isn't gonna make a bunch of those just because they don't sell. And it's like, yeah, it's just kind of sad that the stuff that I like isn't fantastically popular with the masses.
it's a musical blast from the past.
Okay, geez, Squeenix, we get it. You have games.
Fantasy series
Why is this just like the Square Enix Direct?
Enjoy iconic songs like One Winged Angel, Torn from the Heavens, Suteki Dane, and more. There are 385
Suteki Dane.
songs are categorized by game, so you can play each stage while experiencing the series through the music. In addition, 2 players locally can complete stages in pair style, while up to 4 players can battle to the beat in online multi-battle. Theater Rhythm Final Online begins its symphony on the Nintendo Switch.
Alright. Hopefully this is it for Squeenix. Please. Unless it's a Mario RPG remake.
After the game's launch, paid DLC songs from the Saga series, Nier series, Octopath Traveler,
Yes, Squeenix was Octopath, right? I'm pretty sure that was them.
songs. Plus,
Square Enix just is taking over.
extra songs, including
Pretty soon it's gonna be
will be available.
Enix. I couldn't think of something. I was trying to think of like areas. Hey, look, it's Donkey Kong.
Around the corner.
I refuse to purchase any Mario and Rabbids game, no matter how many times they put them on sale and for how little. It's my moral It's my moral standing point. I refuse to. I refuse to bow down to the Rabbid overlords, no matter how good the games are.
Find coins, unlock hidden paths, and help out the locals with their troubles. At shops, you can get items that'll come in handy during battles. After each quest or battle,
It's weird how they announced that Rayman was going to be in this game like 2 days before the Direct. When if they had announced like, oh my gosh, Rayman's coming back in this game, I think everybody would have exploded.
they can help spark a decisive victory.
I find it weird how the Rabbids game uses more of Mario's like enemy repertoire than Paper Mario. Cause like I don't even need like new species for a Paper Mario game. Just like Chuck Luma's in there, Chuck Piantas, Chuck like you have a billion different things I'd like to see in there, like Bitty Buds, Shy Guys, Sniffets, Ninjas. Like you could just throw in any of your enemies from that repertoire. Octoombas. Like they have a bunch of stuff they could do to like with their pre-existing repertoire of enemies, uproots. Just there's so much they could do. I don't even need unique enemies. Just like if they had a whole bunch of the ones they already have made, then I'd be perfectly fine.
Among other relaxing activities.
Geez, there's been a lot of Square Enix and farming.
Into a monster? Your abilities in battle and conversations with the locals will vary depending on your form. Your choices will also cause different events to occur. Plus, a brand new mode has been added to help you enjoy more quality time with your in-game spouse. Rune Factory 3 Special launches on Nintendo Switch next year.
Alright, this time it's definitely going to be Donkey Kong. I'm holding that hope.
Plus, a new Rune Factory series will launch in the future.
It's going to have Donkey Kong in it. More Nintendo 64 games are on the way. Donkey Kong. Actually, Donkey Kong 64 is a pretty fair guess. Pilot Wings. Wow. It's like a wings with a pilot's. Hey, Mario Party. We can all stop porting Mario Party with the spinny ones. Okay, Mario Party 2. Mario Party 3?
Mario Party
I've never played Mario Party 3. Thank you.
Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, I've heard people say that this game's good. I wonder if they're gonna port. I wonder if they're gonna port the original Pokemon Stadium, like the one that was never localized. Okay, wow, this is a lot of N64 games.
Excite Bike 64.
Come on, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
Games will
Oh, come on.
in the future.
No.
Selection of
It was so. I thought that Donkey Kong 64 was a pretty safe bet there, but I guess they still got the whole Rareware stuff. But they have. No, they have Banjo Kazooie on there.
Oh, and there's one more game we should mention.
Donkey Kong? Metroid 64. Oh, yeah, GoldenEye, right? See, they got all this Rareware stuff going on. They paid for James Bond. You can pay for Donkey Kong. You own Donkey Kong. You put that on the Nintendo Wii U. With online play. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun for people who actually play on. I don't know.
Nintendo Switch games.
Disney car.
Best life on the newly discovered continent of
Oh my gosh, Square Enix.
Perform over 100
All of these Square Enix games look and sound the exact same.
championships with the locals. In doing so, you'll gain access to different job classes and abilities. A grand adventure into the unknown awaits. Various Daylight launches on Nintendo Switch.
I've never heard that name before. It's already available.
A malfunction causes you to crash land on a strange planet. Build a new rocket from scratch in this
Woob.
game. Scour the planet for materials.
This does not look like Donkey Kong.
To refine them into various resources. Eventually, you'll construct multiple production lines like these. But the planet's creatures will attack, so keep them at bay.
It's a 2D Spore.
Factorio launches on Nintendo Switch October.
Top-down Spore.
A young girl named Ib visits an art museum with her parents.
It's a RPG Maker game.
Square until one particular piece draws her in.
And then the spooky happens.
Will she be able to safely return to her own world? Every decision affects her fate in Ib.
Ow.
Launching on Nintendo Switch spring 2023.
Donkey Kong! There he is! I knew he'd be here.
One system can get gritty is getting a second free update.
Wow, I wish that this was just a part of the real game.
Physical powerhouse with fast movements and strong tackles. And Diddy Kong.
That's not Donkey Kong.
Speedster with dazzling techniques and high pass accuracy. Plus, more gear and
I hope that they add more characters to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because Diddy Kong is still not in there. Oh my gosh, I really do not care. Genshin Impact. Genshin Asogi.
when strange islands suddenly appear, rise
I was about to just start quoting the entirety of the last Will and Testament from The Greatest Attorney 2, but then I realized that that's like the biggest spoiler in the entire game, and I don't want to spoil that for people even if they don't care, because The Great Ace Attorney 2 is the single best narrative I've ever experienced in a video game.
during battle, work with your allies to activate various skills, which can be swapped out when needed. Teamwork is paramount after all.
Man, remember when Ryunosuke Naruhodo found out that there were government documents that were instrumental in solving a case, and it was the 1800s, and he was from Japan, and they were British, and they were super racist, and he's like, hey, don't read that out, and he's like, I'm gonna read this out. I don't care who I offend. My client cannot be proven guilty here, and he just, like, committed basically treason against the British Empire because he was that strong in his convictions.
Here's a sneak peek at two courses racing into Wave 3.
Two of them.
Merry Mountain from Mario Kart Tour.
Still don't like the art style. Like, it'd be perfectly fine if this is what the entire game looked like. I just hate how they clash with the rest of the game. Oh, geez, that's what Peach Gardens looks like? Ew. I don't know, it doesn't feel right for some reason. There's just something about it. Hey, they're actually using anti-gravity, though.
Course Pass DLC for the Mario
They had the anti-gravity wheels on.
launches this holiday. Active Nintendo Switch.
I just wish that, you know, it was actually implemented into the level designs more.
The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
Because, like, it's the entire gimmick of the game. It's in the logo.
Next, we have some news to share about Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh.
In the next free update,
Man, I completely forgot that this game existed, and they didn't even put golf in the main game.
of course, you can play these locally.
They aren't even regular, or they're not even new hole designs. They're from Wii Sports. Are you kidding me?
Survival golf. Those with the most strokes will be out. We previously announced that the update now planned for this holiday. Please wait
Okay.
a little longer. Next, we have a special guest,
Donkey Kong?
Mr. Miyamoto.
It's Donkey Kong!
Hello, it's been a while. I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. I have a few things I'd like to share with you today.
Mario movie?
Some news. First, as you may have heard, the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie we're developing with Chris Meledandri from Illumination will release next spring.
Wow.
And Super Nintendo World, which is entering its second year at Universal Studios Japan, will also open in Hollywood, California in the US.
Oh, but I don't live in Hollywood.
Working on the finishing touches for both. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about Pikmin.
Pikmin?
It's been over 20 years since the first game, and we're still working on the series. This
Okay.
it's a smart device game we started
I thought he was gonna talk about how he promised Pikmin 4 existed and then never said it again.
Here's a quick rundown of the game for those who have yet to play it.
We know what Pikmin Bloom is.
Pikmin Bloom
It exists. People play it.
uses your location,
Is Pikmin Bloom like not doing well? And they're like, please play our game.
flowers together. All you need to do is take it with you on your daily walks or outings. You can look back at the end of the day and see where you walked. Send out Pikmin to collect the items they found that day.
Man, imagine being like a Nintendo employee and then just like your boss comes up and hands you a phone and is like, go walk around. We need footage for the direct.
Take photos with Pikmin. Pikmin are all around you. Let's take a quick look at my screen.
They're everywhere. You cannot escape them.
I have nearly 700 Pikmin.
All right, Miyamoto. You can't just come out and be like, let's talk about Pikmin and then talk about a game that released like 3 months ago. And then just exclusively just tell us how to play the game. Come on, Miyamoto. You've got to tell us about Pikmin 4. This has to be just like you're leading us along and you're like playing with us a little bit until you get to the main thing. Come on, Miyamoto.
I normally move
Even Hey Pikmin 2, I would be fine with that. At least I can say something about that.
I occasionally go to Tokyo as well. You'll say to yourself, okay, this time try walking.
Miyamoto doxes himself live on a Nintendo Direct.
It's a very easygoing play experience you can enjoy just by taking it with you. I hope you'll try it out. Okay, now to the main event. Please take a look at this.
Miyamoto, thank you. Pikmin 4, it exists! Green Pikmin, green Pikmin. Please, please, please. Pikmin 4 exists! Oh my gosh, it's happening. Ah, I don't even care. I know that people are gonna be like, "Oh, what? That was it?" But like, I don't even care. It exists.
Right. Pikmin 4 will launch in 2023. We won't be showing any gameplay today. However, you'll be able to play like this, from the Pikmin's perspective near the ground.
Is that Brittany?
I also made a new t-shirt.
He made this.
Has made controlling the game simpler, meaning you can further concentrate on the core essence of Pikmin gameplay. We call it dandori in Japanese, or strategically planning, deploying, and commanding the Pikmin. I hope you're all looking forward to Pikmin 4. Thank you.
I hope that they like kind of tweaked the gameplay while still keeping it like what you'd expect from Pikmin. Just like because I don't really like how it works on without like the Wii remote and nunchuck. So hopefully, Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong.
Your dancing game.
Man, Pikmin 4. Wow, it finally exists. And the flowers are yellow this time. And this is the part where everybody who's live streaming this has to mute it because they're playing copyrighted music. I can't believe that these games are like still profitable. Cause like you never hear anybody talk about them. It's Donkey Kong! Square Enix! Oh my god! Square Enix! What? How hard you working?
Travel the world and find a way to put an end to the calamity.
My gosh!
Simulation
Like, you think you could put like a little bit of this effort towards, like, I don't know, remastering Super Mario RPG, or like, I don't know, putting it on Nintendo Switch Online, you know, just maybe you could do that. I don't know, it would be kind of cool. Please. You clearly got more than enough money and more than enough manpower. Everybody talks about Mario RPG.
save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased.
Like, just make it like a $20 eShop thing.
Nintendo Switch, November 4th.
Like, update the graphics a little bit. It's Bayonnaise.
Good time.
She's from Sega, I think.
500 years, Umbra Witch Bayonetta was revived in the present day. In the
500 years. Wow.
she clashed with angels to recover her lost memories, and in the second, confronted demons to save her best friend.
And in the third, she's going to Walmart.
She'll fight to protect the world from the sudden invasion of man-made bioweapons called homunculi.
Wow. Why are they hairy?
She's gone from fighting for herself to fighting for others to fighting for the world.
That's. She had a character arc.
From their past histories with Bayonetta to fight alongside her include the journalist Luca,
He's a cowboy, baby.
Jean. New ally Viola also joins in on the action.
She can't be that strong. She doesn't have a lot of hair.
A hair-raising,
I get it, because they have hair magic.
globe-trotting adventure awaits in Bayonetta 3.
October 28th. That's not Halloween.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Ooh.
Today's Nintendo Direct, a new trailer delving more into gameplay will launch on our official YouTube channel.
Hey, thanks for being thoughtful of whether or not so many people may not want to see it or not.
3 abounds
Square Enix.
of Danganronpa,
Okay, it's not Square Enix. It's the game.
city of perpetual rain. Many cases remain unsolved in this corporate-controlled metropolis.
It's Detective Pikachu too. God, I hate this studio's art style so much. I hate the way they draw eyes. Everybody looks like a baby. Their hands are so small. They have no chins. All of their foreheads are covered by hair. And he's the male main character, so that means he has to have a little doinker on top of his head, and also has a. Why does he have a bowl cut?
Spirit haunting him after their pact. Dive into these unsolved cases as a trainee at the detective agency.
You will never know how large these foreheads are or aren't. None of these characters have visible foreheads. It is against the code.
Tying the crime scene to the truth. A mystery labyrinth. Overcome obstacles and manifestations of mysteries to edge closer to the actual events. However, mystery phantoms will attempt to hinder your progress during each case. Avoid their barrage of falsehoods and slash through contradictions.
That's stupid.
Of Master Detective Archives, Raincode, launching first
It sounds like Raincoat. I get it.
2023.
Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong. There she is.
The latest installment in the Resident Evil series is coming to Nintendo Switch as a cloud version.
Oh. Oh. Well, it's time for people to complain about that on Twitter.
Face the horrors of the village and its 4 fearsome lords to rescue his abducted daughter. Resident Evil Village Cloud launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th.
Like, yeah, I can understand why this one can't be run natively on Nintendo Switch. This one's feels a bit too powerful for the baby boy Switches.
The Winter's Expansion DLC containing a new third-person mode, additional story content, and more will launch December 2nd.
Oh my goodness.
3 other recent entries in the Resident Evil series will be available as cloud versions on Nintendo Switch this year.
Okay.
It's an action-packed
Donkey
lineup
Kong
of
jumps.
Nintendo Switch games.
Donkey Kong does that.
Vanquish foes to avenge your father in this kung
That's
fu
not Donkey Kong.
brawler. By thrusting,
Donkey Kong does karate, not kung fu.
parrying opponents, you'll break their stance and gain the upper hand. Fall in combat and you'll get older and weaker. In turn, however, you'll learn new techniques to complete your mission. Can you exact revenge before your time runs out? Sifu pummels its way onto Nintendo's
That's an interesting concept.
pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Experience
Oh my god, Square Enix.
in this exhilarating action RPG,
Square Enix, I'm going to screech.
aspiring to become a hero. Together with
Oh my god, it's Sephiroth.
he investigates strange disappearances within his elite unit. This remaster features enhanced HD graphics, an updated combat system, and new soundtrack arrangements. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion launches on Nintendo Switch.
Big day for Square Enix fans.
The classic arcade shoot-'em-up Radiant Silvergun is coming to Nintendo Switch. Fire different types of weapons to take down waves of enemies. Defeat multiple enemies of the same color for a chain bonus, or take down differently colored ones for a secret bonus. Rack up these bonuses for a high score. Radiant Silvergun launches on Nintendo Switch today.
F-Zero, man.
Shipwreck heroes and make your way out of a
Remember when Nintendo Switch had games?
game set in the endless universe. But it's not as easy as it sounds. You'll have to fend off continuous
Squeenix.
monsters as you make your
That
way
man has teeth
individually
for hands, probably.
complete various quests to unlock new heroes, weapons, station areas, and more. Up to 3 players in online co-op can attempt to escape their grim fate. Do you have
Is that Jimmy Neutron?
Endless Dungeon launches on Nintendo Switch next year. The journey of world regeneration begins anew.
Donkey Kong?
Remaster of Tales of Symphonia is coming to Nintendo Switch. The world of Silverot is controlled by shadowy forces called Descience.
I don't remember what... I think this is the game that Lloyd, Mr. Smash Brothers, people wanted him in Smash is from. I think this is the game he's from.
Soon embarks on a journey with Colette
And not like a weird spinoff.
and his childhood friend in this beloved action RPG. They'll meet allies along the way, like the wandering aristocrat Zelos, and a lumberjack who lost her emotions after an experiment, Presea. Other allies will also join the party.
Those are certainly combinations of words I did not expect to hear. A little girl with pink hair dressed in a skirt being a lumberjack who lost her emotions in a science fair project.
Early next year.
Alright, now this is Donkey Kong. Oh yeah, this is the end of Direct. Like, here's all the games that are on the Switch. And then it's gonna be like, well, that's all the time we have for today. Let's leave you with one final look at Square Enix. Alright, so that's one Square Enix. Do we got any more? That's another Square Enix. No. I'm so glad that everybody got to tune into this Square Enix Direct. Now let's go watch State of Play, where there will probably be even more Square Enix. Fall Guys is Epic Games? I never knew that. Were they like bought by Epic Games? I can't remember. Kirby's Return to Dreamland on Switch?
Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is coming to Nintendo Switch.
That's literally my favorite game of all time! What the...
One day, a spaceship crash lands on
I don't know what they did to Dedede, but like...
to help Magalore return
They brought my favorite game to Nintendo Switch!
set off on an adventure. In addition to
Ah!
Whip and other familiar copy abilities, the ability makes it
What?
easy to do. Blast foes from a distance, or punch them up close. Packed with other powerful moves.
This is my favorite game of all time.
Local play for up to 4 players on the same system. Plus,
What?
everyone can play as Kirby.
Thank you.
Favorite copy abilities.
Well, I just didn't see this coming.
There's also a collection of sub-games to play.
They put my favorite game of all time on the Switch.
And returning ones like Samurai Kirby.
Samurai Kirby's back.
Can be played with up to 4
Oh, that's the Smash Bros. Game from 3DS. What? What?
deluxe proportions awaits.
I don't know how I feel about the outlines on the character models, but like, they put my favorite video game of all time on the Nintendo Switch.
Begin today on Nintendo eShop.
What the f-
As part of Kirby's 30th anniversary, a remake of Kirby's Return to Dreamland will be released.
Thank you.
We hope you're looking forward to this game.
I am.
Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct.
Alright, here's the Donkey Kong of the Wild 2.
This next trailer will be our last announcement.
F-Zero, Donkey Kong of the Wild, Deluxe Edition. 352 days over 1. Breath of the Wild 2? Please? Breath of the Wild 2? Okay. Not seeing any Zonai swirls yet. But like, it kind of looks like this feels like Skyward Sword type stuff going on. Those little Magatamas there, those are like the spirit things that you got in Skyward Sword. All right. Oh geez, is he faster? Or is that just because of the camera? He dive. Alright, he's going through the cloud barrier. What? What is this game? What is that? That better not be all. Oh, title, please. Tears of the Kingdom. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears, like, it wasn't that the name of the like May 12th. All right. Finally a release date. I wish that these trailers for Breath of the Wild 2 would be any longer than 13 seconds. But man, Return to Dreamland on the Switch, Pikmin 4, and Tears of the Kingdom is now what we're calling it. Man. The Legend of Zelda, Tutk. I'm excited for this. I am very excited for what Nintendo Switch has in store. However, there was no Donkey Kong, so I will be sending a missile strike to Shigeru Miyamoto's